everybody stand. Ms. Snyder, if you want to present with the word of prayer, then we'll do the pledge of allegiance.
Lord, we thank you one more time that you let us assemble as we assembled here tonight. Thank you, Lord, for your blessings that you bestow upon us each and every day. Bless this meeting this evening, Lord, that it may be done in decency and order. Bless everything that's done. It'll be for the upbuilding of our community. All these favors, Lord, we ask in thy name and for thy sake. Amen.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Councilwoman Vickers. Here. Councilwoman Fletcher. Here. Councilman Simon.
Here.
Councilman Dowd.
Here.
Councilman Wood. Here. Mayor Fletcher.
Here.
Councilman Simon is here, and Attorney King.
Here.
Do you have a quorum?
Approval of the minutes from March 5th, 2025 Finance Committee.
As far as the minutes go, there are some corrections.
Anything on the Finance Committee first?
No.
I don't see anything.
Okay, somebody want to put that in form of a motion that we
I'll put
accept the minutes?
I'll put it for motion.
Okay, motion by Nicole, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Melanie. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed, like sign, so ordered. All right, the March 18th, 2025.
It was pointed out there's some spelling errors on page 1. Under the update on the town mural. Second sentence down, Mayor said the town buys, that should be guys. Page 2, under James Sizemore is the Civil Service Board. Councilwoman.
Yeah.
Melanie, and the first sentence is, there's an opening on the civil opening as well. And then help is spelled wrong under possible grant for paintings. Sorry, Mark.
All righty, anything else?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
A motion by Jacob, do we have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed, like sign, so ordered. Receive the March 25 financial statements.
Yeah, if you take a look at the income for the month of March, it was $142,888.35. Most of that was the ad valorem that came in, $111,000. Expenditures were $61,947.67 for a surplus of $80,940.68. Nothing out of the ordinary as far as expenditures or income other than that ad valorem lump sum that came in. Everything is Appalachian Power, Canal Valley Transit, PIA, IRS, Waste Management. If you have any questions.
If not, somebody want to make a motion to accept the financial statements as presented.
I'll make the motion.
We have a motion by Nicole, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Melanie, all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed, like sign, so ordered. Next is the old business. First thing we've got is the approval of the 25-26 levy.
Yes, so I handed out to you the levy calculation page. If you look on page 2, the town has approved the levying of the property tax levy rates at 12.5 cents per $100 of assessed value. So if there's any questions or concerns or comments on that, I will say that that's the same rate that we've actually placed since as far as back as I saw was 2015. So that rate has not changed, but if there's any questions.
Any corrections from anyone? Any questions, sorry. But, If not,
If
we'll,
not, I do need an approval by individual vote.
so do we have a motion to accept the levy rates as presented?
So moved.
So moved by Jacob, do we have a second?
Second,
Second by Mark,
whoever.
okay, a poll vote, Nicole?
Yeah.
Melvin?
Yes.
John?
Yep.
Mark?
Yes. Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Peggy? And the chair votes yes.
Okay.
So, that'll be approved, send that in.
I'll send it into the state
Okay.
auditor.
Anybody have anything on the, new town logos? Nothing?
I put that on there, I know, last month the mayor asked for you to take a look at that and come back with some ideas, so.
On that, I'd like to ask Blake if he has any input on that, as far as maybe a design that he may have. Something a little bit more creative, or if we can just roll with what we have,
Okay.
whichever. Okay.
Yeah. All righty, next thing we have is the UKB Holiday Foundation requesting donation.
So I did send this out to you guys. It was actually put on my desk. I'll be honest with you, I do not know the organization. So take that for what you will. But it was put on my desk.
I think we should table it until we can find out more about it.
Okay,
That's my opinion.
got a motion to table, do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mark, all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed, like sign, so ordered. All right. Any invoices?
No.
Personnel issues, we'll go into that soon in the executive session. Items from the mayor, the only thing I've got is, there was a flyer came in from Charleston Area Alliance to, about options for grant funding for small businesses in Kanawha County. So I'll hang this up out on the wall out by the office. Tuesday, May the 6th, David Sweeten from Glen Springs Holding, Occidental Chemical will be in here. And, we're gonna get together to again talk about the property down there by the park and, see what we can do there.
What day is that?
May the 6th. So we'll see what we can do about getting the, property for the kayak canoe launch. We'll go from there and see what we can get done. Let me see, other than that, I think it's all I've got right now, and we'll discuss a few other things in executive sessions. All right, anything, from Ray? Ray, anything at all?
I don't have everything.
Nothing? Okay, items from council. Jacob?
Nothing from me.
Okay, Michael?
Nothing.
Mark?
Nothing major. Miss Blue and I will continue to work with Blake. We'll get the measurements and pictures to him for the rest of the year. That's about it.
Okay, thank you. Nicole?
I just wanted to thank everybody for their help with the Easter egg hunt. Melanie, Rosemary, and all of the stuffed eggs, and then everybody came out to help throw out eggs, and appreciate everybody coming out for the egg hunt.
It was a good event. I like it.
Good.
All right, Melanie?
Just a couple things. We got the band coming up, excuse me, this Friday, $5 to get in. There will be food served. The Dixie Highway will perform. It'll be from 7 to 9:30. Doors will open at 6. And we try to have that once a month. We did put a schedule out there, and if anyone wants a schedule, I've got a few extra here on all the bands. It's gonna be for the rest of the year up until November. We do have a couple new bands coming in too. Also, I was looking at these, trash cans. It comes in my brochures and stuff that I get. And I just wanted to pass this around and see. My thoughts are if we have a few trash cans out on the front street, that maybe that would help us with the trash. So, of course, we're not gonna do anything today, but I just wanted to, pass this around. There's 4 different sizes here. They're metal, but they've got that over top of it. It's not like wood. It is like wood, but it doesn't deteriorate like wood and stuff. If you guys will just excuse me, take a look at that, and then, maybe next meeting, we'll go ahead and bring that back up, and maybe we can get some of those for the front streets.
How many are you thinking about?
Well, I'm thinking maybe 6 to put along the front street, just in numerous places. I know, and Nicole's noticed too, some people actually stop at the bus stops and put trash, you know, in those little baskets, but those little baskets are only about this big and about this tall. So I'm just thinking maybe if we have something out front, I know we used to have them, and then by the wayside, you know, as they deteriorated or whatever, we just didn't replace them, so.
It'd go good with the rec board when they're lighting.
That's what I was thinking, and those have got like multi-collars, so, you know, we might wanna go with a straight collar, we might wanna go with a collar here and then another collar here or whatever, but just kinda think about that, and then we'll bring it up at the next meeting and see
Yeah,
what we can come up
might
with.
even want to talk to GAI,
Yeah,
first, the consultants,
right,
and,
just to see what kind of idea they have on that.
because, I mean, that could be something that's in that grant
Right.
request. All right, John, anything else?
Yep. Actually, today, I received a request from DuPont Middle School cheerleaders asking for a donation.
Who's it for? What's it for?
The cheerleaders at DuPont Middle.
I mean, are they going on a trip or just to help? with
No,
the
it's just for,
vehicles and
yeah,
stuff?
just for the cheerleaders to buy equipment, buy uniforms. They do competitions as well. So you have to compete in multiple competitions throughout the year, so.
What's the pleasure?
I make a motion that we support them. I don't know what kind of money we have right now or anything as far as, cause we just July's.
We have 625 left.
Okay, 625, 150.
Be a lot of money.
150, somebody want to make, second that?
I'll second.
Okay, Art, all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed, like sign, so ordered. Anything else, John? Okay, next thing on the agenda is approval for visitors to address council. Somebody make a motion? Alan? Second by,
Second.
okay, Jacob. Melanie and Jacob, all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed, like sign, so ordered. All righty, anybody have anything you'd like to bring up?
I'd kind of like to know the justification of why you guys blocked and returned the grant money that was awarded to the Old Stone House.
There were a couple letters that were received, and I had talked to Mrs. Atkins
Mm-hmm.
and thought everything was okay, and it just seemed like that they did not want us to handle it, so.
No, we asked you to put what you were saying on the phone in writing as a guarantee that those funds would be here for us to use. That's all we asked for, and
Okay.
how to access the funds, and you returned our grant money that we worked for to get.
Okay, then you need to contact, they need to contact,
No, we are,
huh?
we are.
Okay, all right, sounds good. Anybody else?
I reckon I'll do this. Anyway, I wanna praise John and Fletcher for being fantastic financial managers. I think you're gifted in that area. There's other areas I think you're not gifted in, and I'm the same way with me. And I think leadership role is one of them, okay? Now, what I wanna know, Article 135, about the employment provisions of hiring, discipline, and termination of employee, 13503. Is that still in effect, or has that been revised?
We've got a new manual.
Is
that
it
we
in the
put in.
handbook?
Yeah, new handbook. We've
Okay,
got an employment handbook.
okay.
How does it read? Does it read that the council has to approve?
No.
The only reason I asked that, I know on council, anytime they were hired, it went before the committee, whoever's the committee then, they approved, I think it was 3 people. And then they brought it before the council and we voted on hiring a person. Is that true or false?
We pretty much still do the same thing.
Well, why don't we, when we terminate somebody, do it the same way?
We, Can you tell me we've terminated somebody?
You terminated Adam?
No, we didn't.
Come on, Dave.
I'm not gonna address,
I'm not-
I'm not gonna address personnel issues.
Yeah,
Let's address permits then.
Permits, okay?
Yeah. Okay. On 126 East, or West Riverview, Kathy Smith's house. Adam and Josh did some sewage work there for her with a permit, and it was okay. Is that correct?
I can't tell you that.
Okay, here's another one, Mr. Williams on West Rental. Adam and Kevin done that work there with a contractor's excavator on Saturday. I get around town even though I'm not on the council, and I have that freedom, right?
Sure, everybody does.
And you approved it. That they could do that, because you went with them to check out the sewer.
When we were doing it, we had the sewer people sitting there working on the
Did they
line.
do the work?
Yes,
And it was all right to do that?
yeah,
But it wasn't all right over here to Shirley Snodgrass,
no,
huh?
no,
She lied to you to protect Adam, okay?
okay,
And then she calls me. Tim, I said, you lied to me. You need to confess it.
Yeah.
You're a Christian, you need to confess it.
yeah.
So I don't know whether she called you back or you called her back, and she told you that. You said, well, I'll just call your pastor, and you did. And let's not go any farther for a minute. I said, Shirley, you confessed it. She said, I just don't have peace about it, Tim. I said, you go before your church on Sunday morning, the biblical way, and you ask your church for forgiveness, and if they forgive you, that's all you've got to worry about. And that's when we pulled her stuff out here. She was asked if you're gonna do the food. Why would you wanna do the food after being treated like that? I moved the refrigerator out the other evening, and I moved all her stuff.
Okay,
And then Friday evening, I was filling in for my wife, okay?
huh?
You said, where's Elaine? I said, she had to go to a wedding shower for her niece. Was she not here at work? I said, no, I'm filling in for her. Well, we'll have to see about that. That's what you said, to me. Now, what did you mean by that? You've done the same thing to the car show stuff on me and Ray. You ask us to do the car show, but you can't not let anybody do the work. You have to dig in.
I don't
And you don't
think,
know a thing about it.
I don't think I asked you all to do the car show. I don't think I had anything to do with it.
I was on the council.
Okay,
Is it true or false? Answer
you
correctly.
were on the council, yes.
Okay, that was our first car show,
Huh?
and you gave me a fifth then. The last car show, I had my wife's keys, we went to the door here, you were mad that morning, what's that other key for? Remember?
No,
It was for the door to go to the basketball, where we keep the basketballs, oh, that's okay. But you know, you don't treat people like that, Dave. You can't treat people like that.
is that all you
We're
got?
supposed to love one
Do
another.
you have anything else?
I want the town reconciled, is what I like to see.
Okay.
Now, how do we solve it?
That's why we have an election
How-
every
how-
4 years.
how do we solve it?
Somebody needs to run. You know,
I'm not mad, I like you, Dave, but I don't
Okay.
like you as a leader, because you're not a leader.
well, that's fine.
So
You know,
what did it have to do with me? You said that me running people, managing people, you said
No, I didn't, I said,
no, you said you guys actually do a great job with money, but horrible with leadership. So,
No.
so where did
What?
I fall into that
well,
picture, Ken?
you're not the leader.
I know, I'm just asking, because you said
No.
that
You would make a fantastic.
okay, I'm
leader.
just asking
No,
because
You would.
I just wanna make sure that
Yeah.
I'm on record that
And I
doesn't.
like Dave, I don't have an issue with anybody. If I do, I go ask for forgiveness. Matter of fact, I had to do that today. To a lady that I had really offended a few years ago and didn't know until this man right here called me this week. And I took care of it today. That's what I'm supposed to do, because I'm a sinner. Even though I'm saved, I'm a sinner. And we're all sinners in here. Some saved and some not saved. Only the Lord knows that.
Sure.
And I love everybody in here. But that man right there, you find a better employee than what he is, I wanna see in this day and age. I coached him for 3 months.
I'm not gonna go through anything with an employee.
Okay.
We've
That's
got, we had another
I just
employee.
I want the community to
We had
know.
another employee issue, and just like I've told the news and everybody else, I don't
Because-
confirm or deny.
What you need to understand, you are, and you, don't get me wrong, council, you do a good job serving. We don't see what you do. We don't see in town what has been accomplished, much, it's underground. We look for visible things a lot of times, but we don't see it. You all did a good job. We started out here with $850,000, if I recall, when you took over. And now we got like $1,200,000. That's a praise. I'm not here to tear down, I'm here to praise, but I'm here to reconcile that we need to love each other in this town. And remember, none of us have the same fingerprints, none of us have the same personality, and none of us can do things great. Some can do greater things than others.
Yeah.
We need to treat people that way. Out of respect.
Tim, no matter what, personnel issues are personnel issues.
Okay, I understand that,
And we can't discuss them,
but
and we're not going to. Connie?
Well, I'm just here in support of Adam, because I know what a good job he has done, and I wanna get clarification. Before you can fire anybody, does it have to be approved by the council, or do you make that decision
I'll
alone?
make that decision
Alone?
with, attorney, comments and everything else.
So the council no more has any input into hiring or firing?
We can, if somebody doesn't do a good job, we're gonna do a verbal warning, we're gonna do written warnings, and then after that, they can be terminated
Now, you own it.
by me.
Well, I'm here to support
I-
Adam, because I
I
think
mean,
he's done a good
You know,
job.
we've had
Every time something
executive
breaks,
sessions.
Adam knew how to fix it, he's got the best crew for a little old town like Belle, cause I've been to a lot of these cities. We've got good guys working that don't get paid much.
Well,
we don't appreciate
And,
it.
and we appreciate them.
Yes, we do.
yeah.
The county, the
And
city
we've got,
people
we've
do.
got policies and everything, and if we don't abide by policies, then yeah, we're gonna say something, I'm gonna say
Well,
something.
but just like, Tim brought up some other things that have happened, that were probably, that should have been brought, you shouldn't have let some people get by with stuff and charge him with doing something for somebody else. Because they're not in your clique or
But,
not in your.
I'm not gonna tell you
I know.
the reasons and everything
I
else.
know, but I'm here to support Adam,
Okay.
and the
Anybody
rest
else?
of the guys that work on the city crew.
Anybody else? Adam?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just over everything that happened the Friday before last. I got terminated for not taking another job. I don't understand. And then I get told before the meeting that I wasn't terminated, but
No.
I don't get it. I don't understand how you can.
Again, I'm not going to mention anything in front of everybody. Legal counsel says not to, so I'm not going to. You've got a letter right now that's been sent to you, and if you read that letter, it tells you that you can come back to work. And from there, then we'll sit down and have another discussion. And I won't even go into the discussion we had because it's nobody's business. It's yours and myself. And, and we'll work that out. And if everything goes well, fine. But, the other things that's been mentioned to you, you've gotta make sure we do them all. And if you don't, then, we'll probably have another discussion. So that's the way it is. I mean, Adam.
And is it just a me and you conversation,
how
or
many-
are we gonna involve the council? Cause I think the whole council needs to be involved.
That'll be me and you.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
the whole problem.
Well, but the thing is, that's why you hire legal counsel. And legal counsel submits bills and everything else, so that's what we'll do.
I had another one, I'm sorry. The sanitation department, back when I was on council, we approved, funding to hire the additional person. Is it my understanding now we have, we're supposed to have two, aren't we? Two people at the sanitary?
We had actually gone before the sanitary board to hire another person, but, if you come to the sanitary board meeting, you'll see we pretty much don't have the funds to do that. If everybody wants, if everybody wants us to raise the rates again, we could do that.
Well, I thought we raised the rates to
We
do it the
did,
last time.
we did the one time, but, and then when we first came into here, they were raised 3 times in that 1 year and a half.
But either state or federal.
Since that
something.
time, we've raised them one more time.
Are we supposed to have, legally, aren't we supposed to have two sanitation people down there?
There should be, but,
And
we've
now we
never,
don't have any.
we've never had to. We've got one right now working part-time, that's Kevin. Yep. Anybody else? Not yet. I've got one bid that's been done, and I'm waiting on two more. Anybody else? All right, we'll close this out, and, the next order.
One more question.
Okay.
Since I helped my wife in wreck, will I still be helping her? I need a yes or no from the council.
It's always been my understanding that we could, yes.
Yeah.
And
Fine
one
with
other,
me.
and one other question. There was a lady, and I talked to John about it. They come up here, it says under 18, you're not allowed in the gym. You remember that, John?
Mhm.
And you said, and I didn't let her in. And then I went back and all the way to West Belle and told her that she could, as long as the parents were there.
Correct.
So there's another fellow brought two daughters up the other day and said he wasn't allowed to go in there. I said, well, John Snyder told me you were, so I let him in. So is that still stand?
Who's the guy?
Daniel and his daughters?
I've never talked to them.
No, I'm just saying, he
Oh.
talked to me
As long as, they're accompanied with an adult.
with an adult. Okay.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to clarify that, because he was told that he couldn't do it, so. And I said, well, as far as what John told me, you could, so. I just wanted to clarify that.
And
Yeah.
again, you know, questions like that, need to go to Melanie and Nicole.
Okay.
They're.
Well, I just happened to see John out in the
Yeah,
hall. that
oh,
day.
that's fine.
Yeah, I'm up here about every evening, so,
Yeah,
So I'm still allowed to do that, is that correct?
yeah,
Okay, thank you.
in my family, you could.
all right.
Just for the record, I've only been here 2 years on council. I took Miss Phelps, which done a wonderful job prior to me. But anytime we ever needed anything, it was always tell Adam. I hope everything gets resolved with Adam, because we need more employees like him. That's my 2 cents on that.
Okay, all righty. With that being said, then, we need a motion to go into executive session.
I'll make a motion.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Melanie, all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed, like sign? So moved. All righty, we'll ask everyone in here to leave, and, we're out of executive session. In executive session, just discussed a few personnel issues, and no votes were taken or anything in there, and the next order of business is the adjournment of the meeting, so we need to make a motion.
So moved.
So moved, do we have a second?
Second.
Second, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We'll stand adjourned. Thank you.